Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a different kind of reading. We are going to be doing a you versus them reading. So this is really exciting, really juicy stuff, and we are going to be looking at a third-party relationship and kind of comparing and getting a reading on you versus them and how this person kind of views the two of you. And all that fun love triangle stuff is coming up, but make sure to watch till the very end of the video so you don't miss any of the juicy gossip and tea that is going on here. So definitely make sure to pay close attention. Also, my name is Megan and I'm the lead spiritual advisor for the Relationship Psychics. So I'm really excited that you clicked on this video, and there's definitely a reason that you did. So it would mean so much to me if you are new here to subscribe to our amazing YouTube family and join our amazing spiritual community. So it really would be great because we have a ton of amazing psychic content, free readings, and lives multiple times a week. So definitely make sure to click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well. Also, if you can give this video a big thumbs up, that really does help our channel continue to grow and reach more people. So we really do appreciate it. Comment down below too which of these you chose and if any of this really resonated with you. Like, were any of these details kind of applicable to you and this other person that you are having a love triangle with? So I would love to know all about that too. Another quick thing I want to mention is that if you haven't yet heard, we just launched our brand new app, Mystica Psychic Readings. So what are you waiting for? We are giving you guys $5 of free credit to get started. All you have to do is just use the link that I put down in the description box below, and you will get your $5 of free credit to get started. You can chat to any psychic that you would like, including me, Court, and the rest of our amazing and talented psychic team. So I can't wait for you guys to say hi on there. So just to get started with this reading today, I wanted to really set the energy and set the intention. So just first, allow yourself to really open up, become mindful, lay back, do whatever feels natural and relaxing and freeing for you and your body. As we relax the body, our spirit also opens up and relaxes, which is very crucial to tapping into our third eye energy. So just take a few deep breaths in through your nose, breathing in all of that positive vibrational frequency and light, and then please just exhale through your mouth. Releasing and pushing out all that negative energy, all of those toxins, stress, worries, doubts, all of that. Let's just let that go. And just be present here with me today and just be in this moment together with me. So now I'm actually going to say a few affirmations with my singing bowl to set the frequency, open up our third eye chakra, and to really give you some aspects to meditate on. So here we go. Here is my singing bowl, and I'm just going to use it now to allow us to tap into that energy. So just continue to breathe deeply as I speak these affirmations, and feel free to repeat these affirmations out loud after I say them as well. I am uniquely and beautifully made. I am eternally and unconditionally loved. I want to better understand my relationships. I will choose the card that I have always been meant to receive. I am ready to listen to my inner light and let it guide me today. Beautiful. So now I hope you are centered and open and ready for this reading. So please now picture in your mind the person that you are wondering about in relation to yourself. So maybe it's another woman, maybe it's another person, maybe it's someone who your significant other is choosing instead of you. Maybe it's someone that your crush is with currently. Whoever it is that you are curious about, and you're curious about kind of the difference between the two of you when there is a love triangle present, just kind of picture them in your mind briefly too. And as you do, I'm going to guide you and your inner light to the 3 cards that I have laid out in front of me. So are any of these cards, these stacks of cards or crystals, really calling to you? Just trust your intuition to lead you. Trust whatever you feel drawn to and called to in this moment. So is it card or crystal number 1, cards or crystal number 2, or cards or crystal number 3? Again, don't doubt. Instead, just accept, open, and trust. And you always can go back and see if you would feel more drawn to a different energy pile later on, or you can watch all 3 of the readings too and see which parts of the energy really call to you and to your inner light and guide. So once you do make the decision on which card, which pile, which crystal is calling to you, we do have the timestamps located in the description box below, so you can jump to whichever reading, or again, watch all of them. Totally up to you. This is your reading, and I am just here to guide you and offer you support and love. So anyways, I'm so excited to begin, so let's get started. All right, so for all my friends who chose pile number 1, I am really excited to do this reading today because this reading is unique. This reading is all about you versus this other person. And this isn't a comparison, but this is just to better understand like the gossip, the truth on how this person views the 2 of you, what this person is thinking about the 2 of you, and the 2 of you overall. So let's just take a look at this 3rd-party relationship reading. So first we are going to do you. We're going to establish your energy before we establish theirs. So, all right. You. Woo! You were definitely this one right here. Whale and Orca Elders, which says, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Okay, so you are definitely someone who is almost a little bit influenced by your elders. There's definitely people that you lean on. You kind of like, maybe it's your friends, maybe it's your parents. It's someone who you allow to kind of influence your decision making. So you definitely are someone who's slightly dependent on the approval and validation of other people. I'm also getting now too that sharing your song and frequency of sound, maybe you potentially also possess some musical gifts. Maybe you are musically or artistically talented in some ways. Another thing that I am getting here is you kind of are somewhat of a people pleaser. So you like to kind of not cause any conflict. You're very conflict averse. And what this card is telling me is like, you need to be open to sharing your song and expressing how you truly feel. I'm already really getting here that sometimes you try to appease and please other people, and sometimes that hurts you. Sometimes, you know, trying to make everyone happy is impossible and you just end up yourself very unhappy. And what this card is really telling me right now is like, you need to start being able to be true to how you feel, to your emotions, and be okay with expressing those no matter what other people think or say or feel, because you can't please everyone. That's already what I'm really getting here. So let's see, you. Okay, so let's go with our top card here. Play. Okay, so you are playful. You like to have fun. You like to, you know, celebrate. You know, you like to have a good time. And you're silly. You're a little silly. You're a little humorous and funny. And that's something that this person kind of is able to almost really like appreciate about you, that you have like this childlike fun and innocence about you, and this ability to like laugh at life. Like you love laughing, you love having a good time, you like dancing, playing games, being silly, having inside jokes. And like what this person, you know, in the center here of the dynamic really likes about you is the fact that you are so able to be giddy and lighthearted and just have a good time. So let's see next what we have here. You. I feel like this is the card already. You're already doing it. Okay, so it says stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. To me, this already really indicates here that you are somewhat of an overthinker. Like you may struggle a little bit with anxiety, and you may have somewhat of a tendency to like overthink things. You might overanalyze like your relationship or kind of you in comparison to this other person that we're going to tap into next. You always are really just you're needing like advice from people. You're needing reassurance a lot is what I'm getting. You're needing reassurance for how this person feels about you, and you're never feeling okay. You're also a little paranoid is what I'm sensing, and you're kind of paranoid that people are going to betray you, that people are going behind your back, that there's a lot of mistrust I'm sensing, and that is from overthinking small details. So I would just instead just know that, it's okay. You don't need to worry and allow those thoughts to overcome you, but instead really tap into that beautiful, playful, free spirit that you do possess within. So those are our 3 cards on you right now. And then let's see about them. Them. So here we are. Now we're on them. Them. Messenger we have. Messenger says serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. Okay, so what I feel like this really tells me about them, and this is funny because it's just what came to my intuition as this card came. Serious, like as in serious. So you're kind of like the playful fun side. You're the one who likes to let go, have fun. You can laugh, you can really sing, you can experience life fully in that way, and you have like that childlike innocence. They're kind of like the opposite. They're more mature. They're more almost, like, I don't want to say more mature, that's not the right word. What I more so mean here is they like things the way they like them. They're not necessarily too into laughter or into really, finding happiness in the little moments. They're more serious. They're more somber, I suppose. And they're more, almost have that kind of older energy. Even if they're not older, it's just kind of like more so their personality. So that's kind of what I'm already getting here about them. Now let's see what else we have about this other person. Them. Oh, that was definitely them. Okay, so it says don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So what I feel like is interesting here is like this other person kind of like almost does really try to like you are more so this person who likes to play, you like to shine, you like to you want assurance for those things, but you also like aren't afraid to like be yourself and like really be in the spotlight. And this person on the other hand is more so like dimming their own light in order to fit in. Like they don't like having attention on them. They they have that serious energy. They don't want to stand out. They just want to fit in, do their job, go home. Like they want to just kind of, coast more so. And they kind of are dimming their own uniqueness. So they're kind of a little bit not necessarily the most unique of all people. And that's mean to say. I don't mean to say that necessarily. They do have unique abilities, but they don't like to tap into them. They like to instead really kind of almost be a part of the group. They're definitely more of a group person. They're kind of very into, what society thinks of them too, in a way, I feel like, and they like to stay the course, if that makes sense. They like to do as they're told what they're supposed to do and do it right, and they don't want to, do too much. They just want to, fit the line, if that makes sense, the straight and narrow. So now let's see one more thing about them. You versus them, you versus them, you versus them, you versus them. Sorry, them. Your life is a canvas. So this is funny because this totally goes against what I'm thinking, but I feel like this is interesting because it says, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So what I feel like is interesting about this person is that they have the ability to be expressive and creative and find joy in life, but they kind of are scared to do so. And, this is interesting because this is kind of more so less of a romantic reading and more so just a characteristics reading here that I'm getting, because it's more so just the characteristics of the two of you. You're more playful, you are influenced by your friends, and you kind of do like to make decisions and get support and validation, but they don't want to stand out at all. They don't, they don't overthink things. They just kind of want to do their thing and go home. And what this also though is saying here to me is that they may have the ability to kind of paint a different life for themselves, but they're a little bit afraid to do so. They're a little bit hesitant, and it's not you have fear as well, I'm sensing, But like your fear is more so like almost mistrust, and their fear is more so like the openness of like possibilities and not having like a controlled environment. So I'm getting more so like the fact that this almost kind of terrifies them, the fact, you know, of having to be almost in tune with their artistic, you know, abilities or their artistic potential. So what I feel like as far as, you know, the relationship with this other person, I hope this kind of makes sense. I do feel like, you know, this person isn't necessarily someone who wants to cause, I feel like both people in this scenario don't really want to stir the pot too much. So it's an interesting dynamic because, you know, the first person, you know, you are basically someone who, again, you don't want to cause problems. You do like to please other people. You definitely are the life of the party. You like to make people happy. You like to be the smiling, you know, like party face, you know, not like the life of the party is what I mean to say here. And then, you know, but you do tend to sometimes doubt yourself, even though you are super special and, you know, unique. And then this person just kind of instead doesn't want to stir the pot too much because they just don't like being in the spotlight. They like being, you know, hidden kind of more so. So they also kind of don't want to cause too much, you know, against the plan or like the expectation of what people think of them too. So it's an interesting dynamic. But anyways, that is it for you versus them's reading today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to comment below, make sure to subscribe. Definitely let me know if this kind of reading is something you guys do like, and I will keep doing these in the future. So that would be amazing if you could just let me know. And I also have another reading linked at the top of the screen here, so you can check this one out next. Anyways, that is it for today. I love you guys all so much, and I'm sending all of my love and light to you. Until next time. Bye, guys. All right, so for all my friends who chose pile number 2, this is your reading today on you versus them. So let's take a look. I'm really excited because this is a very unique and fun reading on really comparing the two of you, but not necessarily comparing, more so just kind of understanding the dynamic, the differences in qualities and characteristics, as well as the overall energy and relationship. So first we're going to start with you. So we're going to pull 3 cards for you here. So you. Ooh, that was you. That was definitely you right there. We have child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. So you already, let's establish this right from the beginning. You are special. You're special. You're chosen by God. You are a child of the universe, a child of God. And you have this incredible intuition, almost like a psychic level intuition within you. You have this spirit that just shines through you, and you really are moved by God. You're moved by the eternal, universal, divine spirit, and you feel that within yourself. You are very driven by that, and you're definitely very intuitive and in touch with the truth and the deeper themes of the universe, of nature, of all things. So you're very deep. You're a very deep person, very special, and God has a very unique plan for your life. So let's look some more at you. You. Okay, you. We have dance with life. So it says do something to change your energy. Interesting. So you are the special person who has amazing things coming for you, but at the same time, like this card is literally telling us that like you kind of need to change it up a little bit. Like you need to do something different. And I don't know if this necessarily applies to this other person yet, but we will kind of look into this more so as we go. But whatever it is, you know, I feel like you might know it because you are so intuitive. You might know what this is that you need to change. And what it's saying here is like, do something to kind of shift your energy, change it up, like dance with life, and not be so stressed and overwhelmed about whatever the situation is that's on your mind and on your intuition, but instead just kind of feel that free-flowing energy of life and happiness. So let's look again at you. Let's see what our last card is for you. You. Oh, this is you. Okay. Okay, Imrama, which is where are you being called to journey to? Okay, so that makes sense. So for you, like you are being called to go on some journey, and that makes sense because dance with life. Do something to change your energy. So this is very, very straightforward reading for me right now for you because you are special, you are chosen, your intuition is strong. What, you know, the universe is saying is do something to change up your energy in order to follow this beautiful divine path in front of you. And what our last card really says is you're going to be called in your intuition to journey somewhere, to travel somewhere, to go somewhere and expand beyond your comfort zone. And this literally is a confirmation to really do that. So that's really, really powerful stuff here. But now let's look at them. Okay, let's look at them, even though this might have been a separate message here for you, but it's still very exciting. So let's look at them. them. This card kind of popped out as them. Okay, so this person kind of, okay, this isn't the initiation, which is rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So this person's in kind of a dark place. This person is a little bit overwhelmed by the darkness in life. They are really struggling in a lot of ways, even if it's not very apparent to other people. There's definitely some inner struggle going on. And they kind of are, you know, it's really hard for them to have hope, to be honest. It's really hard for them to see the big picture. And, you know, they don't necessarily possess the intuitive light and guidance that you do. They much more are in this dark energy, and that's very, you know, concerning. And I really am hoping the best for them, and I'm hoping they are able to get through and cross through this threshold in life. So let's take another look at them. Them. See, very dark energy, to be honest, compared to them. I'm sorry, being totally honest here. They're kind of getting a lot of darker energy. So we have trust the niggle, which says, what is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So what I feel like this card means in this reading for you today is like, there's something going on with them, and like you, since you are this intuitive person, like this is you right now, like you're this purple, beautiful energy. You might know what it is that's going on with them, but there's some dark stuff going on, to be honest. There's some really dark stuff. And that's like the love triangle, or like the triangle kind of dynamic here. And like, so I feel like whatever your intuition has been telling you about this person that's been kind of dark and a little bit kind of scary, it's kind of true, unfortunately. But I feel like, you know, the feeling that you had intuitively was telling you, just as I established, you are this intuitive person. Like whatever this negative thing you thought about them, like it kind of is true. Like it kind of is. There's some darkness going on with this person. And then let's just shuffle one more card for them. Them. Ooh, let's just start with her first. Let's just actually keep, I didn't feel any of those calls to me really, so let's just keep going. Okay. Them. Okay, let's go with this card. Them. Fall into my arms. Okay, so we have a little bit of hope for them. That's the good thing. It says surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. So I feel like this person, whatever they're struggling with, they really need to surrender in order to enter into like the bright aspect of their life. Like I feel like whatever it is that you have felt like negative that's been going on with them, or you know maybe it's with another person that they've been doing something negative. I feel like it's true, but what I feel like this is saying here is like until they surrender, like they need to surrender everything, and kind of, you know, instead tell the truth, almost is what I'm getting. Like they have to be truthful, they have to surrender it all, and that's when they'll be able to overcome and like literally cross the thresholds of this darkness. So that's really what I'm getting. That's some juicy stuff. Like that's a very juicy reading here. But anyways, I hope that all makes sense. You are super intuitive, just as this reading points out, so I feel like it definitely will speak to you. And you know, if it did, if you can comment down below, that would mean so much. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and give this video a big thumbs up. Also, I would check out this video at the top of the screen here next. And you know, that is it for today's reading on You vs. Them. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sending all of my love and light to you until next time. Bye guys! Alright, so for all my friends who chose pile number 3, this is your reading today on You vs. Them. So let's take a look at the dynamic between you and them. Maybe this reading is going to show us the character differences. Maybe it's going to show us the actual differences in terms of energy and relationship. We don't know, but we're excited to get started, guys. So let's see. First, we're going to pull 3 cards for you at the top. Then we're going to pull 3 cards for them and talk about it all more. So let's see. So first, we're going to do you. So you. This is you, definitely. This card just flew out at us. You. It says Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. So what this means definitely here is that it's time for you to dive in to something. It's time for you to dive into something that you're passionate about, and almost, you know, maybe it's you need to learn a new skill. Maybe you need to go back to school. Maybe you need to just really immerse yourself in some talent that you have. But what this is saying is that like you have, or maybe it's even relationship, honestly, that's what I'm getting to. Like maybe it's you have to learn from the past mistakes and not allow those to give you fear of diving into a new relationship. That's another thing I'm getting. So there's a few ways that this card is really speaking to me about you right now. Maybe it means that you have learned a lot in your life. You've had to learn a lot, and you've really come far, and you've really done all that learning. Maybe it's saying too that it's time to learn some more. It's time to learn more about yourself, to learn more and grow more. So getting a few different things here with that one, but let's continue on with you. So maybe it'll give us more clarity here. You. Woo, that one just shot out at us. You, the courageous peony. So you're like definitely someone who like has courage to do it. I already feel like that. And it says multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. So again, makes total sense. You have this courage to dive into something that you believe in. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a talent, maybe it's, like a career. It's something in your life where it's like you have that courageous heart. You have this ability to just dive in and be your unique, amazing self, and to allow yourself to be seen, right? Allow yourself to learn and continue to grow in that way. So let's just, let's pull one more card for you here. So you. Ooh, you. Okay, align your life. Okay, so it says what is not aligned or needs to change. So there is something that's kind of throwing you off, is what I'm getting here. There's something that's kind of almost getting in the way of you being able to dive in fully and use your courage in order to let yourself be seen. So whatever it is that's kind of, maybe you have some negative self-images or self-worth. And what this is saying is like, there's something basically, maybe it's a person too who's been toxic. There's something that's kind of off with you. And until you are able to align that and align yourself, that's not, that's when you'll be able to have that courage that you have within yourself and to dive into this new growth. And you'll learn from the fact that whatever this was caused you to not necessarily be in line with yourself. So now we're going to kind of jump into them. So let's see. Them, the void we have first. Not good. Okay, the void, which says stop. Embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Okay. Definitely not a very good card, to be honest. So really what this means is they're doing something that they need to like stop. They really need to stop. It's dark energy. It's not good. It's really not good. So there's something they're doing, totally need to stop. It's very obvious, kind of, I feel like, what this card is saying here. So let's keep going. Them. Okay, leap. Interesting. So this is very interesting. So it says you go first, the universe will catch you. So they almost like need like your influence of courage in order to get out of this darkness. Like maybe like what happened here is like you've already learned what you need to learn, and like you have this courage, and like maybe you need to almost impart on them the wisdom that you have in order for them to take this leap and to get out of this void, because they're kind of needing to float up and you're almost needing to come down and meet them. Do you see that? Like you are coming down to meet them and maybe give them this life lesson, and they are like needing to come out of this void and like come upward to you. So that's interesting. Now let's do one more for them. Ooh, that's definitely them. So wait. So they definitely have more dark energy, I'm feeling here, and you're more kind of in the clouds. And this says wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. So basically like they need to be patient in this void that they're in, which is very scary, but basically, I feel like once you align whatever needs to be aligned, then you'll be able to kind of impart this wisdom to them. Maybe it's about a person, maybe it's about a relationship, maybe it's about something, but once you are able to do that, then you'll be able to basically give them this lesson, this life lesson, allow, their soul to find that after they're done with this waiting period. And I hope this all makes sense. This is like very exciting, like very juicy, makes a lot of sense to me, but I hope this is also making sense to you. So anyways, I really hope that this reading did resonate with you, and if it did, it would mean so much to me if you could comment down below and give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, definitely make sure to subscribe to our channel because we love our community here on YouTube and we want to continue to grow and reach more people with our love and light and free readings and all that fun stuff, so it really means a lot. Also, I'm going to link another video right at the top of the screen here that you can check out next. Anyways, that is it for today's reading on You vs. Them. I hope you enjoyed so much, and I'm sending all of my love and light to you until next time. Bye, guys!